Vaibhav this side, and in this video, I want to share with you a new perspective to look at the reality. And really, what I'm going to discuss is the quantum model of reality and the alternative space model, and how you can use it to manifest the reality that you want. So, without a further ado, let's get started. So, today I want to talk about the concept of alternative space model, the quantum model of viewing reality, and how you can use it to really manifest the goals and your desires, right? So this is the concept from a book called Reality Transurfing, that is written by Russian quantum physicist Vadim Zeland. And in this book he has presented the quantum model of reality and explained it from the viewpoint of the quantum physics, right? So what this concept really says is that there are multiple different realities that exist in what is known as the alternative space, right? Now, so to define the alternative space, it is the field that contains the information about everything that has ever been, is, and ever will be, right? In other words, we can say that it is infinite field containing information of all possible scenarios of any event that could ever possibly take place. So essentially, what it is the infinite data field that contains all the version of all the events that could possibly happen, right? So to give an example, remember the time when you were in the 10th grade and you were learning about the coordinate geometry, right? So let me draw it for you. So we used to have the x-axis and the y-axis, right? And the different quadrants and an equation, right? So let's say this is the equation y is equal to mx plus c, right? Equation of a straight line, and here m is I believe it's known as gradient and c is the y-intercept, right? So let's say m is equal to 1 and c is also equal to 1. So this line is going to be something like this. So if you were to look at this alternative space as the coordinate planes where we have the x-axis and the y-axis going from 0 to infinity, based on the equation, this is the line that has been manifested considering the variables taking a certain value, right? In the same way, wherever we are right now in our life, the current scenario, it's all the manifestation of the different variables that were presented to us and what we have done with those variables, what choices we have made with those variables. A person's life, just like this line, it represents a chain of cause and effect. So let's call this line lifeline, right? So this is your lifeline, and this lifeline has a certain script and scenario attached with it. So this lifeline has certain script and scenery. So to give an example, let's say you are graduating from college. You have the option to either start your business or to go a full-time job, right? So these are the variables that are presented to you. Now, what decision you make out of these variables, what choices you are going to make is going to determine the lifeline that is going to follow. The lifeline, that you are going to experience, how life is going to unfold for you, and the subsequent events, subsequent script and scenarios that are attached to the lifeline. So let's say if you choose to start your own business, then the script that will unfold for you is that you being a business owner, and the scenery would be you running your own business. Or if you choose to go in full-time job, the script will be you being an employee of a company, and the scenario would be you doing your job and living this corporate life. But even if you decide to go full-time job, it doesn't mean that the possibility of you being a business owner doesn't exist, right? That potential is still going to be there in the alternative space, but it is like that it has not been manifested. Just like this coordinate planes, just because this equation turns out to manifest this line, it doesn't mean that the other coordinates doesn't exist. the other option to create these lines doesn't exist. They're still there. And every point in the space contains its own version of a given event. But it's like they are just not manifested in the physical form, right? The potential for the manifestation is still contained in this plane. It's still out there, but they just do not show up in the physical reality. So to give another example, let's say you are walking in a dark room with a torch in your hand, and the room is very dark. You can't see anything with your naked eye. But when you move your torch in the room, the beam of the light illuminates a certain part of the room. Wherever the beam of the light go, that portion of the room you are able to see. The rest is still not visible to you. But that doesn't mean that the other part of the room does not exist, right? It's still there, but you just can't see it. All you can see is the part of the room that is being illuminated by the torch. In the very same way, the alternative space is out there, just like the room, but the only part that you are able to see is the lifeline on which you are going right now. You believe that this is your reality, but it is not. There are multiple versions of realities that are out there with the potential to be manifested, but they are kept in the dark part of the room, because just like the beam of the light, you are not illuminating them, right? So for the sake of convenience, let's say these possibilities exist in certain part of the alternative space that are known as sectors. Now these sectors are spread around the alternative space and are the result of chain of cause and effect. Now what do I mean by that is that, let's say you are in a job and you decided to continue it for next 20 years, right? So these sectors that are going to illuminate will be placed in the close proximity of each other. The script and the setting and the scenarios of the sectors on the lifeline are more or less uniform. One follows the other, and so the sectors of person destiny creates a lifeline, right? So let's say here you are in some starting position, a junior position, and maybe 10 years from now, rather let me redraw it in a clearer manner. Okay, so let's say here you are in some junior position, and maybe 10 years from now, here you are in some middle position in the organization, and 20 years from now you might end up being in some senior position, right? So all these sectors are creating your lifeline, and based on the cause and effect, they will get illuminated. And this will sum up your whole life or your destiny, right? But let's say in the middle, if you decided to start your own business, right? So that sector will be placed somewhere here, far from these sectors, because now the cause is drastically different from the previous sector, and so will be the effect. The greater the distance between the sector, the more the alternative will differ, and there is going to be an entirely different script and the scenery attached to the sector, right? And I know it's getting a bit complex, so I will request you to rewatch the video so that you can get the grasp of this concept, right? Now the question comes how we can change our reality and move to a different sector of our liking, where your goals are manifested, where your desires are manifested, and that's what we are going to discuss next, right? So all these sectors that creates a lifeline have certain frequencies and qualities, and we all know, and it has been even proven by the science, that our thoughts have certain frequencies, right? Whenever our thought energy gets attuned to the frequency of a certain sector, that sector starts to get manifest in the physical reality. Thought energy lights up a certain sector of the alternative space, as a result of which one alternative is transformed in the physical reality. Waves of our thought find the sector in the alternative space that corresponds in the quality and frequencies. And as it's said that like attracts like. And I'm not saying that you can sit on the couch and just keep thinking about your dreams and they will get manifested. No. But what I am saying is that you cannot deny the fact that thoughts not only provide the motivation for human actions, they also have a direct influence on our reality, on our life, right? There is a saying by a wise man that You become what you think about. And I know there are many factors in play for you to manifest your dreams, but thoughts do serve as a starting point, right? And in order for you to attune your thoughts to this certain sector or certain lifeline and to really create your own destiny, it comes down to one single thing, and that is making the choice, right? Whenever a change happens in your life, so think about a time when you wanted something, it may be getting a job, changing a job, or maybe starting up your own business or whatever. Just think of that time, and when you managed to achieve that goal, what was the crucial factor behind it? And the answer is choice. Whenever you choose to experience a different reality, a reality of your liking, it's the choice that you make really to experience it and make a firm decision to have it ultimately manifest that reality for you. So this is how this process works. When you make a choice or you make a firm decision to have something, to experience something, you direct your thought energy toward it, and then your thoughts influence your actions, and then the corresponding reality manifest, right? Reality has such diversity of form because the number of alternatives for its manifestation is limitless. Any starting point for one or another form of manifestation result in a chain of cause and effect relationship. One could say that reality unfolds through the life depending on the selection of the original reference point, and so ultimately everyone gets what they choose. You have the right to choose precisely because an endless number of alternatives already exist. No one is preventing you from choosing the destiny you would feel comfortable having, right? Managing your own destiny comes down to one single thing: making the choice. So rather than fighting to change your circumstances, your current circumstances, make a choice to experience a different reality, a reality more of your liking, because you cannot change the lifeline you have traveled so far. You cannot change this present moment. All you can do is to choose and decide what version of reality you would like to experience next. Make a firm decision, focus your thought energy in that direction, take the necessary steps and actions that are required for it to manifest, and this will make shift in the lifeline, and that will take you to the more favorable lifeline of your desire and your liking. The more these sectors are placed apart, the more time it is going to take, but it will manifest sooner or later. That is guaranteed, right? So to summarize this video, let me quickly discuss two keys that you can take away from this video, right? So key number one is understand that what you want already exists. Whatever version of reality you would like to experience is already present in the alternative space. This will help you to drop your ego that, oh, I need to create something, I need to create my reality. No, you don't. You don't need to create your reality. All you need to do is to choose the version of reality that you would like to experience. Because whatever reality you want to manifest is already present with the potential to be manifested. It's just a matter of your choice, right? And key number two is to make a firm decision to experience that version of reality by making a choice. This is very crucial. Until and unless you don't make a choice, you don't take a decision, that reality is going to remain unilluminated and hidden out there in the potential form contained in the alternative space. It's all start with a choice. Even if everything is taken away from you, no one can take away one thing: the power of choice. Because only you have the power to choose what you would like to have and achieve in your life. The firmer your decision is going to be, the stronger will be your thought energy corresponding to that certain sector. And thought energy will transform possible alternatives into the physical reality. This will make a shift in your lifeline and move you toward a favorable lifeline. You do not have to fight for your happiness. You simply have to choose an alternative reality that is more to your liking, right? And with that, I am concluding this video. Leave me a comment down below to let me know if that was useful, or if you have anything to ask. I will be more than happy to answer them. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and peace.